and this time we are going to talk about HairCard and also the simulation animation of the HairCard, because I have made a video about the Blender hair systems, and after that I really want to do some animation of this curve based hair, but it's really a pain in the ass. It's so difficult to simulate the curve based hair, right? Take a lot of time. So I decided to make this become a hair card so we can apply the cloth simulation. And also the material is totally procedural, so you don't have to bake a traditional haircut image, but also you can bake this out for your game engine. And that is one of the example. So you can see even for the eyelash, I can use this to create. So this is a Blender example file. This is curve base like this, and I just using this haircut node maker to very quickly, maybe like 5 minutes, I can convert this to be this very high quality haircut. So you see all this is haircut, it's not an individual hair string. So if you put this in the game engine or apply physics, it'll be very efficient, and you can get this node in my Gumroad and Blender market. But from now to the beginning of September, I will give away for free. The free download link will be in my Patreon, so just go check it out before it expired, and hope you guys will have fun with this note. Okay, now that's jumping. So now let's take a look how can we make this hair become hair card that can use in the game engine, and also you can apply physics to this hair card so you can do some animation. And I have built this HairCard Maker to let you basically just one click to turn this curve based hair to become a haircut. But before I using this, we build this from the ground up so you can have a better understanding. So now let's reduce some of the hair because too dense. So I have built a node called hair density. We can use that to reduce hair. And if you build it yourself, just use delete geometry, use a random number, and give a possibility for it to let it reduce. So now the density is ready, and let's make a new geometry. The idea is very simple, just using a curve to mesh. So each hair we want to turn into a meshed card, so let's use a curved line. Okay, and let's put it right in here, and let's see about this. Maybe this is 1 and this is -1. So now we do have some hair, but the radius is too small, so let's set radius. Okay, so let's see in the wireframe. So that is a hair card, and we can use a set curve tilt to set the tilt of the hair, to fit correctly. But right now they all tilt in the same time. It's not pretty ideally because we wanted to have the tilt around your head, right? So that will be handy in the HairCard Maker. You don't have to worry about the calculation, so that I will not do it over here. Just let you know you can use this to tilt your hair card. And what else? We can set the radius, spine parameter. Try to put it right here. Okay, so obviously now it's too big. Maybe use map range. So now the top will be 0 and the end the tips will be 0.1, and now we use a float curve. Let's redo this. You can see now we do have this kind of shape. You can shape your hair card. Now you just click on your hair object and right click and convert it to mesh. Just convert that to mesh. Now you have this object as mesh. Okay, so now it's like a hair card object. So that is a very basic way to make your hair card. And now that's using this HairCard Maker, super easy way to do it. So we turn off these two, just drag in this HairCard Maker to side. It comes with a plan and a camera that will be useful later. I will show you why, but let's not worry about that. Inside of this card, there is some node. That is the node that contains, so will be import to your geometry node library. So now we use this node. Let's bring this to be a HairCard Maker. Right away, you will not see anything happen. Only the hair will be reduced. So that's reduce in this node tree. So you don't have to make a separate one. So let's reduce that. And there's the seed. You can change the seed of it. Once you're ready, just make a hair card. So right away you have it, and it also comes with material. It's this material that's put here, so you can take that easily. So that will be this material. We will look at that later. That is the full node tree. Let's see about the function. So now we know we can reduce curve over here, and also more loop cut. So kind of like the resolution of it. Maybe let's go 20. You might have something like a very weird tilt for your hair. First thing that we want to do is pick your tilt object. You can pick your human model or the hair root that you grow your hair. So now we can pick the hair root. Automatically, all your hair will be tilting correctly to your head, right? Or you can pick your human model. Here will be looks even nicer, but maybe the density is not high enough, so maybe double this. And just pick a seed that is good enough. We can fix that after convert to a haircut, but I think that is good for now. Let's see what else. Okay, so now we have this center cut. So let's reduce this more so we can see each cut clearly. You can see this middle cut, some cut in the middle. That will be useful when we use this center bump. You see, we kind of like make this flat hair to be like have some curvature. In this case, you can use less resource to make your hair looks more puff and have more density, because you will not just see through your hair that easily. So usually just make it to be one, just like a little bit bump. That'll be good enough. Smooth the tail that provide from this tail object, and you just smooth it out more. No need to be so high, so 10 will be good. And some random tail and seed. And this tail with factor, so the factor is from 0 to 1. Tail with factor, you can make your hair to be like a curly hair. Let's make the color more vibrant so we can see it easily. And that is section for the tail. So this is a fall off over here. You can control this to be only the end tilt more, so just like that. So you see the top will be straight and the tips will be tilting by this number you give, so that you can do something like that. Or you want the top to be more and the end to be less. That is depend on you. And also this hair radius, you can control the shape. here. So maybe you want it to looks like a leaf, like that. You can do that, and also you can control from here. So that is the root, so you can make it bigger, and this is the tips. You can make it bigger, but it's also controlled by here, so it works both ways. So this is kind of like the detail of it. Go crazy, like, okay, so that's something you can play around with. That now let's set it to be. So now it is a haircut, but we still can do something about this hair curve before it turns to the card. If you have any kind of node to control that, such as like my hair node V1 or the node provided from the blender, you can still do that procedurally without breaking the haircut. You can even brush. And not only you can convert the curve-based hair to haircut, you can use this HairCard Maker node right in the beginning of creating hairs. What I mean is, so let's try to grow some hair in the beginning. Let's select this hair root. Okay, and that's Shift A and create a hair. And scoped. So if I add some hairs, okay. So now you see this new hair. It is not a haircut. Let's create a HairCard Maker. Turn this to 1. So all the hair that we wanted to convert to a haircut. So now you see this is become a haircut, and now we can like add some hairs, whatever we want. We can brush it. Okay, let's say I'm happy about this. Now I'm ready to convert this to be a haircut. Duplicate this and hair object and turn it to mesh. Now it become mesh. Right away it comes with UV. If you do it like without my HairCard Maker, you just build your own, I think it will not come with UV. That's because I make some calculation. I turn it to be 2D vector, so it will automatically become a UV material. We're still using the correct UV for this hair. So now we have this material, and try to go inside of this. Okay, that is the inside of it. Okay, let's go out and see what we have. So we have the thickness and the detail. These two basically control the hair string you have. It's a procedural material. It's not like a regular haircut image, and you can use that as well. So I will show you how to use that later. Now we talk about this procedural haircut material first. So you can control this, lower. Now you will see your hair string become really thick. So we take a look at this card that we import. So let's go to, so you can see that is the image of this hair. And now will be very thick. So maybe you want it to be thinner. Okay. And this detail is kind of like the evenness. When you go to 0, it will be just like a evenly spread, and if go higher, it will have some randomness. So that is the detail and the thickness. Okay, so something like that. And the normal detail is for this bumpiness, and the alpha just mean controlling the gap. Wave and noise, just you give some noise, and the first noise is wave, and this is the wavy, and you can mix some noise. So this is noise. Okay, and this, the scale is like how big is it or how small it is. And the mask is for the tips. This image is basically one string of the haircut. Now if we take a look at this mask, it masks your card with some alpha. Although your haircut is kind of square, but you can use alpha to mask it out to be pointy. So you can go in here to control this. Okay, so maybe you have some particular shape you wanted to mask, you can do that. Okay, so all the blue part is some detail that you might want to control. So that is the mask power. Okay, so let's bring it to 0 first. So that is controlling the normal of your hair and also the rotation of the normal, so you can have some shining part of the hair, like control it, so you can offset your highlight. So now that is the material. You see this image that we import. You can see when we import this, we have some kind of camera. So let's pick this camera, that is the children of that. So let's pick this and go here and make sure in this case your resolution of your render is set to like a square, so you can render our square image and go to this shader preview and turn off this light and world. So that is the image. Now in the material that we have, let's just bring this to the shader. So now we have this that is using for our alpha, right? So you just click render viewport image and just save this image, save as alpha. Just save this, save as image. And also you can take this normal and so and now that's just keep using the material. And now we can drag in the image that we save. So something like that, we can achieve this result without using this procedural, because we kind of like bake it out to be an image. You can use normal or using this bump image, and with this bump to here, sometimes it works better like this, using bump instead of the normal. You can try different ways. So in this case, you can just export this in the game engine. That is the way to do your material. If you find some haircut image, so this is the regular haircut image that most haircut system provide, and there's a lot of tutorial teach you how to bake this your own. This one is from human generator, so you can just plug that to the alpha. But actually right now it's not correct. Let's see about the UV. Now I'm in the UV editor, and that's using this hair object and select all. So you can see your UV is spread evenly, so just control this here. If you see this like too white, just turn this UV opacity to lower, because it got many cards stacked on top of each other, so it will be looks like that. And you can pick particular hair, so maybe this string here, press L, and it bring it this particular hair UV, and you just bring it to be someplace that you wish. So maybe here I want it to be really like loose, so I just bring it to here. So you can see now it's applied on this area, and it don't affect the rest. So that it's how you using the HairCard Maker with some traditional haircut image. Let's talk about something very important as well. If I wanted to make some improvement for this hair, I can go to Edit mode and just control individual vertex. Maybe I just wanted to move around to fill some gap, or even like a duplicate. That's something you can do. And also you can convert some of the attribute to the vertex group. So you will see some attribute that I built here. This vertex group part is the vertex group. I think is important for you to use later, so I just like save them. So you will see in this attribute section this part here with some hashtag in front of it, the object mode, and you just click on this and this arrow and convert attribute to vertex group. With the hashtag, you just convert to the vertex group, so you can see that become a vertex group. So let's see what is this. So this is the root. Let's see the mode, and just select this. So I pick up all the root. In this case, it's easier for you to control. If maybe you want it to be a little bit higher, even you want it to be closer, tighter, this line will be looks better. Right, so that's something you can do to fix your hair. Maybe you can do it in the scope mode to make it like more smooth. This is the root, and now we pick the tips. So I can use this to further control my hair. Maybe I wanted to rotate it, bring it over here, something. Okay, so that is, you can easily pick the tips. And how about this pin weight? This is very important when we make some animation for this hair. Let's go to the weight paint, and we pick this pin weight. You can see I have already made the gradient. Now let's see about how can we make basics animation for the hair. So I already make some animation for my character. Okay, so this hair is following the animation, but it's like a helmet, right? In some situation, depending on how you parent it before, it might look like this. So in this case, just remember parent your hair to your character bone. So click this and shift click the bone and Control P to pick this bone to parent that. Okay, so now it's on your head. So now we wanted to apply a physics for it. So now let's pick this and go to the physics part and use cloth physics. So just pick that, and the quality I will just pick 1. It's good enough for now, and click off this collection. So now we can just try to play. Now you will see your whole hair is falling. So now the pin group is very important. So we just pick this pin weight that we just convert, and now we just play this again. Okay, so now we have this physics. You see, it's become like a hair. Okay, so let's take a look at this. So it looks okay, but maybe not perfect. We have another node called pin weight pen. So let's put it above the class simulation. Now we go to the weight pen to see what is this. That is before. We already have weight pen, and if you don't, you just pen by your hand. Okay, and now this node that can automatically to repaint your weight pen. So if we go to this node, you can see if you just control it like that. Okay, so you can see your weight pen will be like a procedurally do the weight pen. And now if we run the simulation again, it behaves a little different. Remember that before the stiff part is more stiffer, and now it's a little bit softer. And after you bake it, you can see you have some physics for your hair. And now it's in the EV. Of course, it's not perfect, so you wanted to control it more about your class stimulation, some value of it, and also the pin weight pen. And also you can make some collection for your body, object collection, and just pick the body, click on your body and make this as a collision. And it's a lot of work for you to have a perfect hair simulation, but it's a very huge step, because before, if you use a curve base, it's very difficult to make animation. So now it's much better. And this weight pen, you don't even need to apply this, like you can keep changing this. But if you find something you're happy, you can just apply this. When you render, sometimes you will find something that looks not so great because of the light path. If the transparent, let's go to the default. If the transparent is really low, it's like 8, we really relied on the alpha. So it's best you make it higher, 60 or something. The shadow will be looks much better. It will not be like a chunk of black. Yeah, so that is how you make animation for your haircut. So that is the HairCard Maker node, and you can get this from my Patreon and also in my Gumroad and Blender market. I hope you can use this in a lot of cases. So I hope you have fun with this, and see you next time. Bye.